Tonight, some students at Clayton State University say they want a new housing policy reversed. We've received emails from several students about the new policy, and it states that they will now be responsible for paying for housing during the summer, even if they're not staying there. 11 Alive's Joe Ripley is joining us now with those students' reaction. And Joe, we also heard from Clayton State's president, and some students are pretty frustrated over all of this here.
That's right, Jennifer. Students already bogged down with bills and other costs to pay for college got a warning last month. Cost for those staying on campus was going up. And tonight we're hearing from Clayton State's president on this policy change.
Apache Cotton is studying biochemistry at Clayton State University, but no amount of studying could have prepared her
blindsided
for this kind of change. Over $2,000 worth.
All of us were trying to figure out where we're going to get this money from.
Cotton and fellow student Lillian McAllister say last month the school implemented a policy that required students to pay for summer housing even if they weren't planning to stay on campus during the summer.
It was kind of like the university kind of bypassed the students' feelings and didn't really acknowledge that some students are struggling with financial hardships and there's not a lot of options for them out here.
McAllister especially feels for students relying on financial aid, fearing the policy change might lead some to make tough choices.
Some students are going to have to maybe drop out or transfer, and that can really have a dent into their academic careers.
Clayton State President Dr. George Lewis says the university has exemptions for students who are pregnant, active duty military, or have other special circumstances.
There's been some concerns. What we are doing now is interacting with each one of those students and hearing what their concerns are. There's a process, and so the students will have an opportunity to go through the process.
The communication's not enough, though, for Apache Cotton. She says she'd like Clayton State to delay the housing policy change or cancel it altogether.
We are advocating for the students. We are not going against Clayton State University. We're just advocating for a policy change and for things to happen.
Housing fees will now be included in the spring and fall semester. Students telling us summer housing is not exactly covered by most financial aid packages, so this would create a heavy financial burden on many students.